What's going on, Mr. Hefe GM? Sounds to me like you're trying to get your audio balanced, so I'll give you a moment. I think. Good morning, the deal. We're giving Hefe here just a moment to get his audio all balanced and set up, and I think we'll be in good shape. Appreciate all your support, man. Super plugged into the space. You're in all the right places.
Pure love, my friend. That's it.
I confuse. I appreciate, not just on a personal level, I appreciate seeing your enthusiasm at work, but on a project level, I'm just so happy that you found something that you like inside of Aavegotchi.
Yeah. For me, it's a pleasure. Yeah, it's like the art for me. It's a kind of art to be in this community surrounded by all these genius and friendly people. So for me, it's a pleasure.
I think that's well said, man. Mad respect for your um, adoption of the Fate Gotchi program. I continue to see you dominate that leaderboard, and that's always such a cool thing to see.
Oh well, it's a momentaneous leadership. I feel because I know I'm surrounded by enormous whales. So right now it's like a momentary victory for me because
Absolutely.
I'm not a whale. So for me it's like a really like a triumph, like a really something special for me right now.
GM everybody,
Absolutely.
sorry, I think I got my mic working now. You should be able to hear me perfectly fine now.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me, Hefe.
Right on. Yeah. No, it's a special moment. These last couple months in the bear market, especially for Aavegotchi, have been really great moments to accumulate, honestly. Like I have significantly grown my collection, not of Aavegotchis, but of just
Mm-hmm.
in general. My involvement in Aavegotchi has grown in this time, and I think even though we don't see ourselves as whales right now, we might actually be the future whales, because we didn't leave, we started accumulating.
Yeah, I hope so. I live in a town called Ballenita. That means little whale. So, uh,
Oh, too perfect.
m- yeah, maybe I'm a little whale in the making of a bigger one.
That's right.
Definitely. I would attest to that. There's a lot of baby whales in this pod.
Yeah, it was a crazy thing to see, Decentraland parcels in 2018 go from $10 to $20 to tens of thousands of dollars in the span of a few months. And it was
Wow.
really
And I appreciate the industrial enthusiasm. I appreciate people getting speculatively overcharged. I appreciate people getting enthusiastically overcharged. I appreciate everyone's excitement, but look at how much value grew on assets that are still kind of in terms of what do you actually do with it? Where's the fun? We've seen tons of value assignment to things that still are perspective.
yeah.
Hmm.
Do you think the arena is the beginnings of that fun? Because I've been spending more time in the arena, and it's been wild, man. I love hanging
Well,
out there.
ironically, have you fought any of the proto liquidators yet?
Yeah, I did last Saturday. I was fighting them. I think someone dropped a whole bunch in there the other day, and I was like overwhelmed. But
So, so I'm a little bit of a big fan there because ironically, because this is just on a personal level. I was thinking about it last night. I was sitting there playing Battlefield 2042, and I was like, gosh, Kale, you're 100% like a lifetime gamer. It is like the thing I truly love on this planet is art and games. I'm really stuck there. But so spoken from my experience, I don't spend most of my games playing PvP. Most of the time that I'm playing games for a long time, it's a PvE type arrangement or a co-op type experience. And so I think that them going away from the straight up team, or not even team deathmatch, but just straight free for all deathmatch in the arena to some kind of like, hey, let's work together and attack this proto liquidator. I think that's like a huge move in the right direction.
Yeah, and I'm hoping we see more NPCs being able to spawn. I would love to see a high tier Alchemica boss that you can spawn in the arena that costs
Mm-hmm.
maybe, significant amount. But, if some, like we were talking about whales, right? If some whale wants to wreak some chaos or some havoc, there's a 10,000 alpha liquidator you can drop, and it's the size of like 5 protoliths. And everybody in the arena has to like team up to actually bring this thing down.
Well, you know what is I'm playing a lot of a new game right now called Meet Your Maker on PlayStation.
Okay.
It's the free game of the month for April, and I like their mechanic, their overall ecosystem governing mechanic. Give me a second here.
Ooh.
Really, really, oh, I'm
The
getting the
bong
day
hits
going here.
strong this morning.
Oh man, they're going GM and GMI. So, um,
Yeah.
what Meet Your Maker is? Thanks to deal. What Meet Your Maker is it's kind of a part A and a part B. So and everybody plays both parts, but you decide where you want to put most of your focus. So you're either a base builder, and so you're making trap based maps. These maps you can place traps and you can enemies. So guards and traps. And if you're really creative, really artistic, you can create a very dynamic world, Minecraft style, block cube style. So you can build this whole entire place for people to try to make it through. And if you're good and it's tough, then a lot of people get wrecked. Now, you can also play on the other side as a raider, and you're trying to navigate these player built death traps. You're trying to make it to the end of the puzzle, which is where this like particular jewel is, and you grab this jewel and you escape, and you get a lot of bonuses that way. What's neat is that if you've got a base that's tough as hell and kicking a lot of ass, you actually earn a lot of resources from the deaths of all the players attempting to complete your puzzle. If you are a raider and you make it through a difficult puzzle, you receive a windfall of resources because you've looted a very highly regarded base. And so, if a proto liquidator or if an NPC spawner could potentially recoup Alchemica based on how many gotchis are killed by the NPC that was spawned, then there would be an incentive for these whales to put that 10,000 alpha into these boss battles, because then it's not just a total sunk cost loss. They could potentially earn something by putting this monster out into our world.
Because the monster, if it's powerful enough and smart enough, can actually start to accumulate wealth from deceased players, right?
Exactly. Every
Yeah.
single player that dies, 10% of your pocket spillover lands in the monster's pocket. And so then that way, as the monster continues to roam the land, it can accumulate a pretty decent prize pool. And it's not just all prize pool just for the slayer. A portion of that should be earmarked for the spawner. So that way there's an incentive for people to create these monsters.
Right.
It's something I was thinking about last night. Just as you brought up the proto liquidators again, it clicked there too, because I was thinking about just map building and trap building. If you've ever played RimWorld or Dwarf Forest, the idea of the top-down 2D pixelated, colony sim kind of thing, it'd be pretty straightforward. Someone keeps bringing up Hotline Miami, and if you've never played Hotline Miami, you should probably go look up the trailer and watch it, because I had never played it. I missed it. It came out in 2015, and it was apparently a huge deal, but it just missed me. But if you go look at the trailer for it and think about Aavegotchi when you're watching it, it makes sense. It's like, oh damn, yeah, that would be really good. That'd be really good. And so I'm seeing the maker taker economy applied to all these different like experiences that you can do in the Gotchiverse. It's a little bit like how fake gotchis already work, right? It's fun to chase a fake gotchi and get one, but there's an incentive for the creator.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of fake gotchis, I'll be finishing up getting our addresses for the distribution list, and then the distribution will
Oh
not take
wow,
very long.
we did good yesterday. Most of the Agate 71 budget extension funds are out of hand.
Oh, that was
We've got
good. Yeah.
almost the whole team's been paid. So thank you for everybody in here for y'all support with the ETH Denver budget original request and then the extension request. Thanks for paying attention the whole way through. It was a long process, but we got her home.
Yep. And now the next thing is, what's the next event? What's the next event that we have our eye on that we want to have a meaningful impact? I know we were talking about this yesterday a little bit.
I mean, if you want my personal opinion, so there's two answers to this question. There's the conference-based answer, which I think could be MCon if MCon is still looking like it's on track. And mostly I like that, honestly, because it's in Denver. I think Denver's got one hell of a inner crypto community. I think that's a special spot. So I'm interested in doing events based on Denver proximity. And then the other one would be a GMI hosted thing. I still really think we need to do a builders summit. I really, really want to showcase people that are doing the tech builds in the space.
So are you thinking of like a hackathon style tech summit online?
Yeah, there can be a hackathon as a component of it, but I almost don't want that to be the main part of it. I want that to be like a side event. Like the main part of it would be showcasing builders' works. So I want to be able to go back to the Gotchi Vault and talk about their story and their deployment and their interaction. I want to go back to Aadventure.io's early days. I want to talk about Fireball's creation. I want to get the real stories of the ecosystem tools that we're all using every day. And we know of them and we know the people that made them, but I don't think we really know the stories. And I really want to talk to those people, as well as inspire a hackathon to create the next wave of projects incoming, and have just some ideation and discussion about what the future of building an Aavegotchi looks like. Yeah, we've mentioned it before at the Pixelcraft side. Gravy and them have mentioned it. It's a good idea. It just hasn't really matured yet.
Yeah, I think something I'm going to talk to Jesse about is trying to figure out their approximate timeline for Gotchi Chain, because it would be perfect timing to do a builder summit with the launch of Gotchi Chain, because you would say, well, pre-Gotchi Chain, we had all these amazing projects. Let's talk about their story. But now, moving forward with Gotchi Chain, let's see either what the previous builders want to build, or are there any new ideas in this hackathon that are going to come about?
Based on that, it could easily be a Gotchi Chain focused summit, all things Gotchi Chain, if the timing is right. If it's happening in the next quarter, then yeah, that could be really good. If it's further than a quarter out, a little bit of a long gap, I'm kind of getting antsy to do something.
I think we have more than enough room here to do an artist summit, because we didn't do one since Fake Gotchis, and I feel like we're overdue for an artist summit. A good artist summit. Let's get all the really great artists that have been producing all these fake gotchis, and let's get them to come together in a room and let's talk about their stories.
And that's very easy to do. That's an easy sell for me. And I mean, it's not like we're competing with other people for doing that, so it's still always a good thing to do. It gives everyone like a venue. And actually, last time we tried pretty good to get external artists to participate and get involved. It didn't really. I think we succeeded in turning people that had never submitted art to our community into artist submitters for that summit. Yeah. And so maybe this one we can have better success about grabbing pre-established artists from outside of our ecosystem and importing them.
Exactly. That's what I would like to do, because I'm pretty plugged in with the fake rares community. I'm actually going to be producing my first fake commons. I've been working on that for a while. So I'm going to be actually making my own first, not fake rare, but fake commons. And so yeah, I'm hoping I can get some of those artists to come over and do some fake gotchi stuff too.
Hey, is there any update or anything you can share with any of us about Keck Lords, 8-Bit Gamers Guild, Yig? I know that you were planning on Miami and it didn't work out, but that was going to be a rendezvous opportunity. Are you still essentially like digitally rendezvousing with them, or is that kind of been stalled out a little?
No, I'm still going to rendezvous with them. It's just probably going to be later in the year, so probably not related to any sort of event. I'll probably just be down there hanging out.
Cool.
But yeah, I haven't. They've been super busy. They're running an IRL business that's become incredibly successful in the last couple of years, and I think they are just trying to make sure that when they do their handoff to the next, to the buyers of this company, that everything goes smooth. And
sure.
So that's what they're tied up with. They he's really involved in, especially in the Bitcoin community, in the Bitcoin space. And so we talk every now and then, but lately it's just kind of been
we just need the keys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just want the keys to ape it. I just want the keys to the car while it's parked in the garage. That's all. We won't take it too far.
Yeah, they got some goodies, man. I mean, so the 8-bit treasury has probably about 8,000 ghosts in it, plus like 24 limited edition golden altars, 5 spacious parcels, like a bunch of gotchis. Like there's stuff in there. It's just not getting used. And so I'm gonna try and work with Alvi because he's the next closest in line there, and I think I can work with him and do some 8-bit revival. Honestly, I think they need some attention there, and you know, we have our Keck Lord meetings every now and
Oh
then.
yeah, yeah, exactly. The deal's owed history fakes. He made that long-term trade with Yag a long
Oh,
time ago.
okay. Well, let's make sure we
Just
honor
waiting for
that.
that
Yeah,
post.
make sure we honor that trade too. Um,
Kick lords always pay their debts.
yeah, we'll make sure that gets taken care of. Might be longer anticipated wait, but we'll make sure that happens.
They'll be more valuable by then. They'll be the only copies left.
What is this, Light Piglet? Game Developers Program to incentivize and inspire new devs and game studios to build on Gotchi Chain. We're planning to fund a game developers program. Interested in getting involved? Join the Gotchi Gang on Discord. When launched? Q3 2023 for Gotchi Chain. So we're looking at Q3 for the Builders Summit. So why don't we do Q2?
Okay.
Q2 like this quarter that we're in, and we should try and do an artist summit, and then we should try and do a builder summit Q3, I think.
I only want to do an artist summit is if we can get a submission from Light Piglet.
Yeah. Light Piglet, are you an
That's,
artist? Is he artistic?
that's my requirement. If he's not, he's gonna be. It's a good opportunity to get into it. I watched you cross the chasm. I watched you fight cross the chasm. I put some stuff out. Everyone can do it. I know it's possible. So I just want to see inside of all y'all's brains.
Oh man, I was doing some sketching last night. Let's see, is it still in the room? No. Natasha put it away. But I made a whole bunch of like sketches last night for my fake gotchi for my fake. And so I'm gonna be getting that together. I think you guys are gonna love it. I described it to No Future already a little bit, but it's gonna be
Nice.
a musical, and yeah, it'll just be it'll be a chill piece. And yeah, there might be some lyrics on it. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know if No Future is cooking something up or not, but that would
I'm
be
not gonna
pretty
lie,
dope.
just listening to you talk about yours puts me in a mindset of like FOMO where I'm like, well, shit, I should do something. I should probably put something together. It's like that's the inspiration chain. This is the point when you see everyone get enthusiastic about putting something out, then you kind of almost inherently want to play ball.
Oh man, and I
The
love
artist summits
this.
do well, man.
I love this freaking thing here. I'll show you guys this thing right here. If you can see it on the stream, this is a Model Cycles. It's a synthesizer, but it's also like a sound. You're like designing sounds on this thing. It's so cool. And I was messing around with that, and I might try and do something tonight. I might play a little something tonight. I think I might do a little bit of a live performance. We'll see. Um, I think the challenge is just to see how I can get this thing to play on the stream so you can actually hear me playing. So if I can get past that hurdle, I think I can make
Oh,
something happen tonight.
you can totally make that happen, man. That's like you're like an AV pro now.
No, no, I'm far from
You've
AV
gotten over
Pro.
the you've gotten over the absolute most challenging hump ever. Discord routing.
Yeah, I lean on the AV pros, No Futuristic and Zombie Shepherd. Those guys, they know their way around the wires for sure. I have no idea.
Oh,
I'm
definitely.
just like unplugging shit and plugging things in till it works. You know what I mean?
Like not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. That's funny.
Oh, Nadeal has my first piece, first encounter. That was my first piece ever. Maybe he's talking about Fake Sam.
You need to do something. If you remember, I took that picture of you at Meow Wolf Denver that has you up against that portal archway that they had. And so there's a really cool analog to digital comparison to be made between your first encounter piece and that particular photo. I think there's a really cool
That is
overlay
true.
that you can do.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got fake Sam right on.
I got a bunch of Fake Sams. I think I might do some burning here pretty soon, but I might list some on the bazaar. do
I
a.
knew it, Hefe. Look at the chat. We're pulling on the right thread here.
Ooh, what is this? Light Piglet. Oh, look at this. Light Piglet, you got
Everyone's
something
got
here.
something to offer.
SoundCloud.
This is the beauty, Hefe. Really, all we're doing is throwing potlucks.
Sorry?
We're really just throwing potluck dinners. And if you throw a potluck dinner, like all the friends will come out, and then you have good conversation. You see new stuff from new people. The vibes go up. It's just a good time.
It's like a potluck for creativity, you know.
Exactly. Because we can start just banging on people's doors again, and you go, hey, what do you got to turn in? You've got to have something, man. You got to make something. If you don't have something, you need to make something on a napkin right now. Turn it in. Like, contribute, damn it.
Well, I mean, and
And
here's
just
a
by
here's a little
putting that
announcement
energy out there.
folks that are out there thinking creatively. We are planning to do some some District 420 festivities for April 20th. And I would like to get some art submissions in because I'd like to get some stickers made like we did for Eat Denver. And I'm willing to take that on myself. I'll get the stickers made, and maybe everybody who joins our show will get a little sticker pack. I'll send those out. Like I want to do something special. And so if artists do have good ideas, you want to put something together, something 420 themed, we can make some really exclusively rare 420 themed Aavegotchi stickers that nobody else will have except the people that joined our show.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think it's a good idea. We'll find a way to memorialize those. I'll get the sticker packs, get a duplicate pack, and encase them in acrylic.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna do one fake gotchi. There'll be 42 of them, 42 editions, and we're gonna basically have this available for one-hit wonder holders. But there's a twist here. If you want one of these, you're actually gonna have to send for each one-hit wonder you send to a burn address, you will get basically one ticket entry. And so they're essentially tickets. And so if you bought a lot of them last year, then you're in luck because you'll most likely get one. And then we'll do something a little special for those that just bought one. I think if you bought one, you should just hang on to it because it's it's a memorial piece in itself to just have one as a memento. But yeah, that's kind of the idea there, and it's gonna be fun.
That's a great idea. It's going to be a great party. It's honestly sweeping up on us really quick. We're almost less than 13 days away, something like that. It's going to be here soon.
Yeah.
And so yeah, the 420 day will be a big deal. Rizzle's going to be having Rizzle Fest from 420 to 423. I think we'll have a little bit of synergy on 420. He's doing a big. I've heard a rumor that he's doing a really big Aavegotchi by Rizzle crossover mural at Rizzle Fest, and so maybe we can get some eyeballs on that. Maybe he'll be minting some on Manifold like he usually does. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on him and see what's going on. But yeah, the 420 party is actually the very first immediate thing that we've got going on. That's happening pretty damn soon. And so yeah, pay attention to that one for April. And then maybe we'll look
I'm
at
wondering
Artist
if we
Summit.
can get a Rizzle stream piped into the GMI District 420 stream that day.
Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, shouldn't be a problem at all. We'll have to see if they're properly streaming because I think that day they'll be out at their Rizzle Fest, which is lakeside out in the woods. And so he did mention that Wi-Fi is going to be a challenge for them out there.
Okay, well that makes sense.
I think they're going to be doing beanbag toss and like real life activations.
That'll be
just
fun.
hanging out in real life for 3 days with a whole bunch of NFT OGs, Metaverse OGs.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time. A little more runway, I definitely would have liked to have gone, but it's just clashing with New York.
I'd like to talk to the summoners and see when they're going to be stateside because I think that's a really good opportunity to throw the first GotchiCon.
Y'all nailed it. Yeah, no, I'm glad enough Future's paying attention to that too because that's exactly correct. There's no reason on earth for us to miss out on it. Whatever we execute at whatever size, that's GotchiCon. To heck with it. If it's 10 people coming together and having dinner together, that's GotchiCon. That's fine. But while they're here, we've got to target them.
100%. Absolutely. All right. Well, what do we got for today? What do we got to do today?
I would like you to use these last couple of minutes to give us a recap of yesterday's calls, lectures, and spaces that you went through.
Oh, that was with Downlands, right? That was a
Yes,
really,
please.
yeah, dude. That was a. Were you there? I don't know if you were there or not.
No.
Uh, it was a
No.
really interesting conversation, dude. It was really just insightful, knowing how AI can help with DAOs and automating specific things. Also, having this thing as an oracle that you can talk to and say, well, summarize the last 10 proposals, or summarize all the proposals over the last 2 weeks, and it will whip one up for you in less than
Would
two
it
minutes.
would
It'll
it go
give
to
you a summary. You know,
would you have to feed it, or would it like even go to snapshot and pull the proposal references
it goes
itself?
it goes to snapshot and pulls it. You just integrate with you just add your ENS address there, and it'll go and pull it. It'll pull all of the snapshot
Mm.
proposals, and then you can even do proposal comparisons. And so you can ask it,
Yeah.
idea A versus idea B, which is better, and it'll give you a whole
Or which
comparison.
proposals have had the most engagements?
It even goes one step further than that. It can actually look at all the community participants, and you can say, show me the people with this proposal that had the most negative sentiment on this proposal, and it'll go find you those conversations. So it's pretty crazy. It
Wow.
it can even find you sentiment. Like, you want to find some positive sentiment on this proposal. Look, these guys were saying this about this proposal. You know,
It sounds like a congressional aide. Sounds like a
congressional
congressional
aid.
staffer.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's very much that way.
And just be like, I want to write a bill about blank. Go find me whether or not the sentiment's ready for this, and who are going to be my problems.
But
And then it will come back and be like, here you go.
we're talking about DAO dashboards too, right? And they really do lay everything out on a dashboard. You got your bounties, you got your documentation there, you got your proposals, you got your discussions, you got your projects that your DAO is working on. You got everything hosted in this one space, and everything links, like everything can be integrated into things we already use. The Notion, the discourse. One of the things that we were concerned about with deprecating the discourse was losing all those archived conversations from the last 2.5 years. And so what DAO can do is, within 2 minutes, if you integrate with discourse, it downloads and archives all the conversations. And so,
Wow.
it's providing solutions, multiple solutions for things that we as a DAO are kind of struggling with here. And I think it's worth trying out, honestly.
But I don't even think they're just DAO problems. These are organization problems. These are
Organizational.
just organizational efficiency tools. This goes back to yesterday's conversation. Those of us that adopt these tools and recognize the value fully early, and then start making business models about exporting those tool powers to others in the meantime, that's probably it. It's not going to be trying to run a business without AI. It's going to be trying to run a business taking AI to other businesses. There's a lot of B2B in the future right now, it looks like.
Yeah.
Cool, Hefe. That's a quick 30 right there. That's a good discussion. We got tonight's agenda as well, block party, music hour into GMI Syncopator, so plenty to do later this afternoon. I don't know. We'll kind of. Do you have an idea for tonight, or an agenda for tonight? Anything in specific? I feel
So
like I feel a huge wave of relief now that we've got the budget extension and most of that money's been sent out.
Oh yeah.
I'm kind of coasting right this moment. So, what do you want to do tonight?
I'm coasting too. I mean, tonight we'll have I'll get our agenda for latest and greatest happening in crypto, current events. And other than that, I think we should look at some fake gotchis. I'll talk about some fake gotchis that I'm working on. And then we can also
I'd
spend.
like to see. I'd actually love to see you present Gamma and your process of what you went through to create T-Bird's proposal deck, and just kind of demonstrate that, because I think that that's being underappreciated right now this week.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll go one step further. Maybe we have a segment on the show that we do for the next couple of weeks. We call it AI Aavegotchi, or AI Aavegotchi, like AI Aavegotchi. And it'll be a segment just covering one of the AI tools that I found that week, because I'm finding so many cool ones. Yesterday I showed you guys Blinkist. Blinkist allows you
Mm-hmm.
to read a whole book within 15 minutes. You get the whole context of the book.
Yeah. I'm gonna do
Yeah,
that. I have a book that I started the prologue on that I've been stuck on for months. I'm gonna do it to this book, and I'm gonna read this book in a blink of summary.
yeah, that's the way.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah, I
Blender
think it's a good
stuff.
idea.
Blender stuff's going well, man. I've been using GPT-4 on my Mac, and yeah, I can actually create like blobs. I almost got like a frog the other day, like a raffle, but it wasn't quite. It wasn't quite there. It was a little bit,
I have a
misshaped.
physical weekend. I have a deck that I'm planned out here for the backyard, a little 9 foot by 9 foot deck that I got to build for a little inflatable hot tub that we just recently acquired. So
Nice.
got to get that built. So real work this weekend. Measurements, cuts, Home Depot. It's gonna be a blast.
Yep. Yeah, we just finished building out our garden last week. I was building all the veggie planter boxes. So,
Well done.
got all those
Hmm.
made up and planted some stuff already, so we'll see. You can do
All right, let's bounce.
yeah.
Let's use some AI tools to start create some marketing campaigns for the GMI Twitter to talk about the upcoming 420 party, and
Oh,
let's
yeah.
do some more use case there
I think we're
because that's
about
what
time,
I
yeah.
that's
We can start talking about the
yeah.
420
Well,
party.
timing is good and the tools are available, so let's play a little bit.
Yeah, I totally agree.
All right, let's get out of here. Thanks for hanging out, friends. It's been GM with GMI.